Hi, I'm Patrick Egan, publisher of the Green Building Journal. I'm talking today with Jack Canfield, originator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, as well as America's #1 success coach. Jack is also going to be joining us as a keynote presenter during our Green Building Expo in May. Well, thanks for inviting us into your home today, Jack.
I'm glad to have you here. Thanks for coming.
I know you travel around the world and help people and groups achieve personal success. And it occurred to me when we were planning Green Building Expo that green building professionals are really no different. They too strive to find the right combination to achieve success in their green building projects. And I know also that social responsibility is one of your key personal areas of focus. So I wonder if you can share a little bit with our viewers about how they can start on the path to success in their green building projects.
Well, success in any arena, whether it's any industry at all, is a formula, basically. I like to use this metaphor of a combination lock. Mm-hmm. If you know the combination to a lock, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, young or old, male or female, smart or stupid. Basically, if you know the combination to the lock has to open. The problem is most people in North America do not know the combination to the lock. If they did, they would be much more successful. So what I've devoted my life to in the last, I guess about 30, 40 years, is studying all the successful people in every field I could find, from the military to the music, sports, whatever, and look at what were the principles that were guiding their lives. And what I discovered is there is a combination, there is a formula, and if you follow it, it works. The definition of a system is something that always produces a replicable result. And most people are out there kind of scattershot, not producing replicable results. So what I'm committed to is teaching this formula for success, if you will. Number one, you have to take 100% responsibility for your life. We've got people all over the place now that are blaming the economy, blaming the conservatives, blaming the liberals, blaming the environment, blaming the Chinese, the Indians, whatever it is, for the fact that their life isn't working. And so we have to give up all blaming, we have to give up all complaining, have to give up defending and explaining and justifying positions that don't work. And so I teach a little formula that says E plus R equals O. And E are the events that occur, R are the responses you have to the events, and then you get an outcome. You can't do anything about the events just are. If you don't like the outcomes you're getting, you've got to change your response. There's only three things you have any control over: your thoughts, the images you hold in your head, and the behaviors and actions you take. So the thoughts could be things like, I can't, it's too hard, there's no money available, the people are putting us down, the Congress didn't pass the money, where's this money that Obama promised, whatever. And so the reality is that's a response called complaining or blaming, but it's not producing a different outcome. So you have to try on new behaviors. And whenever we take on new behavior, it's uncomfortable. I'll often have people in my seminars fold their hands like this, and then I'll have them change it like that. And invariably they go, well, that's uncomfortable. I don't like how that feels. But that's what's required to be successful. You have to be uncomfortable, try new things. In other words, if what you're doing is currently working, don't change. But the fact is, most people who are watching this want more income, more jobs, more sales, more whatever, more happiness. And so what happens is we've got to do something different. So we have to change our thinking from I can't to I can, from it's not possible to I'll find a way, from I'll try to I will do, from I have to I choose to. There's a whole language of victimization that most of us find ourselves in. And then we've got to get really clear about what it is we want, establish clear goals. Most people want more. I have people in my seminar say, I want more money. And I'll hand them $1. And they'll go, well, I want more than that. And I go, well, how is anyone going to know? You have to be specific. So in having a clear vision and then setting goals, it's called how much by when. So if you go through this formula of no blaming and complaining, try something different, keep educating yourself so you know what to do. Keep yourself positive by reading uplifting journal articles and trade magazines and going to conferences like the Green Builder Expo, etc. If you do all of that, what happens is you're uplifting yourself so that you're in this positive frame of mind. And then what you have to do is keep your mind really clear about what it is you want to say, because this is a constant enrollment process. We are enrolling people into something new. Green building is kind of what I call missionary sales, meaning if you want a car, no one has to convince you want a car. Now it's just called which one? Ford, Chevy, Lexus, Toyota, whatever it might be. But in green building, I've got to convince you that you want this kind of building as opposed to traditional building. And then I've got to convince you that I'm the best person or I've got the best products to do that. So it's a two-tiered sale that you have to do. So you have to be enthusiastic and passionate about what you're doing and well-informed and articulate. And the two final things is, number one, you have to respond to feedback. Ask your suppliers, your vendors, your customers, your clients, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the quality of this product, service, interaction, transaction, whatever it might be? And anything less than a 10 gets a follow-up question. What would it take to make it a 10? And so if someone says, do this or do that, don't be defensive, just do it. Because that's what the world needs for you to be more successful. And then finally, persevere. Don't ever give up, no matter what. You know, we're in a cycle right now. It's a down cycle. It's starting to turn. And what you have to do is never, ever give up. Chicken Soup for the Soul was rejected by 144 publishers over an 18-month period. If we'd given up after 100, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you or your audience today. But because we didn't, that one book went on to sell 10 million copies, spawned a series that sold 125 million copies worldwide in 47 languages. And it's made me a multimillionaire because we didn't give up. So if you're passionate about the dream and you're committed to the outcome and you want to live a sustainable life and you want to be successful, you got to be on the front of the curve, the front of the wave. You know, if you surf and you start too slow, you miss the wave. So you got to be out there in front, which I think all people watching this are, and you want to stay out front by doing things like coming to the expo.
Well, that's great. I really look forward to hearing more about this during your keynote presentation next month.
I look forward to being there.
If you want to learn more about Jack Canfield's presentation during the Green Building Expo, just turn to part 2 of our interview coming soon.